What's up, hustlers? We got Ray from the Nashville Flippers, one half of the Nashville Flippers. What's up, Ray? Say hi.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Ray. I'm one half of the Nashville Flippers. Hold on, I gotta mute the chat. I got it on the screen. So yeah, I'm one half of the Nashville Flippers. Dustin is actually at home. I know we both of us work a full-time job, so it's kind of hard to coordinate everything when it's kind of like not short notice, but like, just whenever we're doing stuff to get, we just gotta do it ahead of time. But he should be jumping in the chat, at some time in the night. So
Awesome.
So pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
So I want to thank you for being here, Ray.
Hey, no problem.
I got 7 questions. This is episode 2 of Learning and Earning. So I wanted to get the Nashville Flippers on the channel to get to know them and to learn more about video games, because I don't know much about flipping used video games, and they do. So it's pretty cool. I want to get to know that and learn from that. So awesome. Ray, if you want to start off by introducing yourself and what have you been doing? Like, how long have you been selling on eBay? What platforms do you sell on? And anything you feel like sharing.
Yeah, not a problem. I know Dustin and I both have been, selling on eBay for about 2 years now. We've started our YouTube channel, the Nashville Flippers. We started in March, and that's something that we just we wanted to share with everybody, kind of what we're doing. And we only sell on eBay right now. I know Dustin has been doing some research on Macari, maybe going into that route pretty soon. And just like any other, I think we've sold some stuff on Facebook Marketplace and some other avenues, but really we like to stick to eBay right now. We would like to dip our toes into Amazon, but I feel like eBay is just taking up so much of our time, considering that we work a full-time job. And we don't know much about Amazon, so that's something that we would like to know more about, but currently we don't. And yeah, we've been selling on eBay for about 2 years. We started our YouTube channel in March, and it's been great. We love doing it.
Awesome. Yeah, so definitely, just like Ray said, their channel. Wow, nice cup, by the way. I love the merch.
my little espresso here, ready to rock.
Yeah. Their links will be down on the description. Definitely click on that and feel free to subscribe. They have wonderful content, and I find it very helpful in terms of flipping video games. So I want to get into the next question.
Yeah, we don't just flip video games. I know that we've done a couple of videos of us finding video games, and we are pretty knowledgeable on video games. So if you guys have any questions on that, let us know. But we just don't flip video games. We like to do it just because it's easy for us to know what to buy and how to sell it. Just because, just growing up, I'm 32 years old, and just growing up, we've always played video games, so.
Right on. Of course. And by the way, did you sell your $5 item? What was your $5 item?
Actually, we recorded a video on Sunday for our what sold in August video, and I think that sold like August 3rd, which was weird because I know we had to buy it in the beginning of July and then sell it by the end of July, and it sold on August 3rd. So I did. It was a KitchenAid peeler, and I sold it for $49.99. So bought it for $5 and sold it for $49.99.
Wow, nice profit there. Awesome. So definitely be on the lookout for that video when it comes out. Yeah. I want to give some people in the chat. We got visually impaired.
Hey.
First one here. What's up, guys? Hey, what's up? What's your name, visually impaired? I'm trying to get to know people's names. So if you can type your name down, unless Ray,
I think I do. He actually, he did win, and in one of our live streams, visually impaired actually won this pop socket in one of our live streams. So I still need to send that out to, I think his name is Chad. So I still need to send that out to Chad. Chad, I'm sending it out today. It'll be in the mail tomorrow.
Awesome, Chad.
I apologize. that I haven't dropped that in the mail, but it is going out today. Well, for tomorrow's mail. So that is going out. So expect that pretty soon.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, Chad. My brother's name is Chad too, so that's pretty cool. Awesome. And we got Martin and Christina, Thrift Store Gold. What's going on, guys? Thank you for being here. We also got Chase Miller. You know Chase, right?
I do know Chase. I don't know much about Chase, but I've seen him in the chats and different live streams. How's it going, Chase? Good to see you.
Yeah.
You being here.
Hey, Chase. Thanks for being here. I'm sure you're busy with your store. And we got the Beast, Thrift Beast, Chris, here in the house. What's up? What's up, Chris?
Chris,
thanks for being here.
If you're still on the chat, I started working on that NWO themed T-shirt. I don't know if you're familiar with the wrestling group, the NWO, but we were talking about it yesterday, and we wanted to make a flipper world order, so the FWO T-shirt. So I started working on that today. So it should be up on our merch store by the end of the month.
Awesome.
From our fall.
Wonderful, wonderful. What's up?
He's excited. No.
Sorry, it's kind of. Okay, we're good. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of muffled. Anyways, it's fine.
Am I muffled?
So
maybe I need to get closer here.
A little bit.
Sorry about that.
No, we're good. Okay, cool. So I want to get into my next question. You said that you used to have a car loan, a truck loan?
I did. I actually, you were talking about it. I used the money that I made selling stuff on eBay to pay off the rest of my vehicle. I actually have well, I still do. There's a picture right there. I'll show it to you. This is what my truck looks like. It's my truck, and that's my dog, or was my dog. He actually passed away. Well, we were going out, like four-wheeling and stuff. So the money that I made flipping on eBay, I actually was able to pay off my truck. And granted, at the time, there wasn't a lot left on it, but it was like over $2,000. So I was telling my wife, I was telling her one day, I checked in, and I was like, there's like 2,000 something left on the vehicle. And I got like over 2,000 in my PayPal account. So you think I should go ahead and pay my truck off? And she was like, heck yeah. It's like, go ahead and do it. I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, you need to go ahead and pay it off. So we did. So, and
nice.
all the money was towards, the stuff that I sold on eBay, which is awesome considering that it's great that I probably, out of the $2,000, I probably just spent maybe $100 to make it $2,200. You know what I mean? So it's like you take $200 and you turn it into $2,000. Why wouldn't, it's a great thing about finding stuff and reselling.
Right. Awesome. So to get that 2,000, what kind of items did you have to flip to get that 2,000? Because that's pretty great margins right there.
Yeah, those are great margins. Stuff from Gimme 5, most of it was items that we found after Christmas, after the holiday season of last year. So between the holiday season, like right before we started our YouTube channel, that's usually when they get really good stuff, because that's where all the returns are coming from, from the holiday season. So we were able to get some really great stuff, over $100 items that we resold, and we only paid $5 for. So, I mean, those are fantastic margins. So we did really good after the holiday season, that's what we love. We're looking forward to that because all those returns are coming back.
Awesome. So if you could explain more about this Gimme 5 store. So you just pay $5 per item, or how does that work?
Gimme 5 is it's a chain of liquidation stores that are here in the Nashville area. They buy off of any store that's doing liquidation. We've seen stuff from Target, Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, but the majority of their stuff comes straight from Amazon whenever stuff gets liquidated. And Amazon doesn't really check their stuff. They just kind of like liquidate it off into whoever wants to buy it. So when you see videos on YouTube of people buying like Amazon pallets, that's kind of what they're doing, but they're doing it at a really big scale, because it's a company buying multiple pallets, multiple large pallets, and they sell them off. I think they may have like 7 stores here in the Tennessee and Kentucky area. And Amazon actually has a fulfillment center in Lebanon, Tennessee, which is like an hour and a half away from Nashville. So most of the returns go to that place, and I think the liquidation items get sold out. They get sold out of that warehouse. So Gimme 5 on Saturday mornings, that's when they do the restock of the bins. So they just have these bins in the store, and you just kind of dig through them. You don't know what's going to be, in there, and everything in there is $5, no matter what it is, every single item. And the other day, or not the other day, maybe a month or two ago, some lady opened up a brown box, and in the brown box there was 3 iPhone 10s. So because all 3 of those iPhones were in that brown box, she only paid $5 for all 3 iPhone 10s.
That's insane, yo. No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she made pretty good profit off of those iPhones. So we found great. We've never found an iPhone there before, but we found great stuff. The biggest find that we've had was that one time that we found all those baby monitoring systems called the Owlets, which is like a sock that goes on a baby, and then it connects to your smartphone, and it kind of tells you what the blood pressure is and all the vital signs that a baby may have, so you know exactly what the baby vital signs are at all times. So I managed to find 6 of those, and Dustin found 1, but I sold them all for $200 a piece, except for one of them, which I sold to a lady there for $100, and they're $300 at Target. So
wow.
But the going rate was on eBay where it was around $200.
Wow, there. Yeah, I need a Gimme 5 around my area.
I know. And then the thing is, Dustin and I actually have talked about purchasing pallets, but I know it's a lot of there's a lot of risk involved in there, because at Gimme 5 you buy the stuff that you want, and so Gimme 5 on Saturdays they have the restock, and then throughout the week stuff gets cheaper because it's just like stuff that nobody wants. So by Friday everything's like a quarter, and then if they have a lot of stuff you can fill up your bag for like $1. So it's like a big IKEA bag, and you fill it up, and it's just they charge you $1 for it just because they want to get rid of it. So Dustin and I were actually talking about this the other Saturday about us going there on Fridays, on quarter days, and maybe picking up like iPhone chargers or different things like that, and selling them like having a garage sale of our own and selling them there. So I mean, people pay a lot of money for iPhone chargers, and knowing we only have a quarter in one, if we sell them for $1, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, awesome.
Yeah, we were thinking about that.
Yeah. If you have any questions about like selling on Amazon, you can ask me. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the way Amazon returns work for me, if someone buys a book from me and I send the book in, so you can sell either FBA or merchant fulfilled. So if you do FBA, you send all your inventory into the warehouse, and once the customer buys from it, the warehouse will fulfill that order, right? And sometimes there are returns, which the customer will return it to the warehouse, and I have the option of either getting it sent back to me for 50 cents, or I can just let them destroy it. So I'm guessing instead of them destroy it, they just liquidate it to give me 5. So that's pretty cool, because I didn't really know it happens that way over there.
Have you ever been on the website liquidation.com?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So I think it's a similar thing to where anybody can buy pallets. But I think liquidation.com, it's like a auction. So you're bidding against other people for the good pallets, but you never know what's really in them.
Yeah, like I've seen like pictures of what's in them and like not really detailed invoices, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not ready for that yet, but I'd like to definitely get into that. Cool. So thank you for telling us about that.
not a problem.
Let's get back to the chat. Thrift BCQ says, I'm excited. I think it's talking about the wrestling thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And visually impaired says, that sounds awesome. Awesome. Chase, going good, guys. Just working and listening. Yeah, don't you guys like live close by with Chase? I believe he lives near
Yeah, he
Tennessee.
lives. Where do you live, Chase? In Kentucky? Let us know if you're still in the chat.
Yeah, Chase. And he says, yes, I love Gimme Five. So
Yeah, let us know where you live. I think he lives in Kentucky. I want to say.
yeah, the
What's the best
Tennessee.
thing you found there, Chase? Give me 5. The times that you've gone.
Awesome.
I love hearing what other people find.
Awesome.
I think
So yeah,
we're thinking about going to the Goodwill bins. We just found out that we have one a little south of Nashville. So stay tuned to that for that video if we happen to go.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I went to the bins in my area months ago, and it was just so packed, and they didn't have any books, so I left. But it was like a lot of people there, and not enough parking. But I'm ready to give it another go and actually look at the clothes over there and see what we have because it was really packed.
Do you just sell books? Is that your niche?
Honestly, recently I haven't been selling books because I want to make my money quicker now. So I've been selling a lot on eBay recently. I do have 450 books still checked into the warehouse, so I'm just planning on selling all of them. And I've been able to pay my rent with Amazon FBA every month, so
It's
it's pretty
fantastic.
cool. Yeah. And for the eBay is the quick, I need money for this or I need money for the bills, that I really like the quick flips, instant payments for the eBay. So yeah.
Cool. I like that. I think Chase, he says,
Yeah.
what does he say?
He says, yes, guys, it's awesome at Gimme Five. You can pick what you want. I have bought Amazon pallets there, but you do have a little more risk.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. That's good to know. Chad says, I have a liquidation warehouse near me called Buckshot Liquidation. I'm going there next month to get my first pallet to flip.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome. Hopefully it's a good one, and hopefully make your money's worth within the few items that you pick out, because that's really cool. And Chase says, I live in West Tennessee, guys.
West Tennessee. Is it Jackson? Close to Memphis? Let us know. I think Jackson or Germantown, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking you live in Jackson, but I could be completely wrong.
And Chase says, if you're interested in the Amazon pallets, you should look at the American Pallet Liquidators in Jefferson, Indiana. I just got a few from there.
Oh, okay. Have you posted any of the liquidation pallets on your channel, Chase? Let us know. I would like to know and look to see what you got.
Awesome. I'll definitely look into that as well if you recommend it, Chase. Awesome. Cool. So yeah, keep these questions rolling in. Let's move on to the next question, Ray. What is your worst eBay experience?
That's hard to say, just because.
Maybe like a customer scammed you, or
No, I don't think, like, I know that sometimes, people ask for, refunds for stuff like that, but most of the time, I kind of take the person's word for it. And depending on what it is, I'll just have them just keep it, and just mark it down as a loss because I don't even want to fool with it, knowing that, I got $5 in it. And then if they send it back, I'm gonna have to pay for shipping, and then depending on what it is, it may not be worth reselling, paying for shipping, and selling it again. So it's like depending on what the margin of whatever I'm selling, most of the time I just have them keep it and then refund their money, you know. But depending on what it is. But I've never really had any bad uh, customer experience, to be honest with you. I'm always pretty transparent with my listings and you know, messaging people. You know, like right now I have a couple of I listed a ton of broken consoles, like video game consoles, just because they were given to us on the huge video game haul that we had. And I've been getting messages recently. They're asking me what's wrong with the consoles, and I tell them I really don't know. They were just given to me, and I'm not too sure what's wrong with them. And one person that right now is interested in the PS3 that I have on there. So I'm actually going to plug it in and see what is wrong with it. But a couple of people have been messaging me, and they're like, "Why is it so cheap?" And it's like, "Because it's broken. Like, read the listing. You know what I mean? It doesn't work." Yeah. So people, I don't know, people are weird. So I don't. To be honest with you, I've never really had any bad customer experiences. I know that there was one. I sold a Zelda amiibo one time. It's like a Link to the Past Zelda amiibo. Do you know what amiibos are for like the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Wii U? Do you know what those are?
No, I've never heard of it. No.
You never heard of it? Let me grab one right quick so you know what it is.
Yeah, sure. Let me get back to the chat. Chase says it's close to Jackson, to where I live. Guys, nice. It's nice to see Tennessee people with YouTube channels and trying to, you know, get to know each other. It's pretty cool that you guys live close to each other.
Yeah, we need to meet up, Chase. You know, go over there. You can come here or whatever, and maybe meet halfway and go picking. So these are amiibos, right? These are kind of like you would think like Funkos or something like that. People collect. They're these little toys. This is a Majora's Mask Link amiibo, and this is a Dr. Mario. I just got them out of my game room. I have a ton of them. I like to collect them just because they have this sensor on the bottom of the amiibo, and when you can scan these amiibos into different games for the Nintendo Switch and the Wii U, and they give you certain items within the game, or they do different things in the game. Like for instance, if you play Zelda Breath of the Wild and you scan any kind of Zelda amiibo, it gives you items, like they drop down from the sky and they give you weapons and different like health things and whatnot. And if you scan any of these amiibos in Mario Kart, you know, they have Nintendo has those Miis. You know, they're kind of like characters that you make, and you know, you can make them look like you or whatever. But they unlock costumes, you know, depending on the amiibo. So you can have like a Mega Man one, and like a Dr. Mario one, and like a Zelda one, and they all do different things. And in Smash Brothers, you can actually like train these amiibos, and then you can like fight against them and certain thing. So they all do different things for different games. But back to my story, I was selling a Zelda amiibo. I don't know exactly if this is the one that I sold, but the box was like, it was a bad box. And at the time, Breath of the Wild was really popular, and these Zelda amiibos were really hard to find, just because everyone was gathering them up, because you can get really good stuff in the game when you scan these amiibos. And the box was like tore up, you know, the pictures and whatnot. And the guy sent me a message saying, "Hey, the box is tore up, you know, like, what's the deal?" And I'm like, "You saw the pictures, the box is clearly tore up. Like, I'm not going to give you a refund," you know. And he left me a negative review because of that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you were able to get it retracted?
No, like, I don't care. It's like one negative review on my account, which was like, it's almost been a year. So I think after a year, it just kind of goes away, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, it's not worth my time to call them and, because it's like one negative review just because the guy
Yeah.
was an idiot. And I've never written a negative review on eBay, but I'm sure it's kind of hard. It's a pretty lengthy process, I believe, to do it. Like, don't you have to like submit something in? And I'm not too sure. I know it's a little harder than putting in a positive review.
I don't know. I've been told you just gotta call them and
To get it taken off?
yeah, just explain what happened, and they should side with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you already listed it as is, and
Yeah,
either
it was dumb.
way. So your feedback's at like 99.99%, right? Something like that.
What's that?
So your feedback is like at 99%, 99.99, something
Yeah,
like that.
it's dumb to where it's like it's probably like 99.9. Yeah, like you said, 99.9%.
Yeah,
One negative review. But
it's all good. You have a lot of positives, but it's just
yeah,
one of those.
I'm definitely not worried about it at all.
Awesome, man. Yeah. Let
Let's
me get back to
say, yeah, looks like he's got a lot to say over here.
Chase. I haven't put the videos up on YouTube yet. I have really wanted to, but I have been so busy lately. I will try to get something put together soon. Awesome, Chase. Yep. I'll be looking forward to that because I do want to get into pallets soon after I finish up what I have here. And Chase says, yes, we should definitely try to plan that sometime.
Yeah, let's
Awesome.
do it. Yeah, let's do it. Maybe you can fly down here too, Pablo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I gotta make the money first and have that extra cash flow.
You can do it as a write-off.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I've been learning about this business tax thing, but yeah, man, I want to travel. Once the money's there, and just to get to different places. And
Yeah, once I buy a house, you can definitely stay with us. Currently, I'm living in an apartment, really nice apartment, but my wife and I are currently saving up for a home, and we're
Sure.
absolutely 100% debt free. So the money that I am currently making with eBay is all going towards our down payment on a home.
There we go.
So we
There we
want
go.
more than enough to put a significant down payment on a home, just because we have income from eBay and then our regular income saving up to do that. So when that happens, it's going to be a pretty cool video.
Awesome.
A really clickbaity video, like bought a house with eBay or something.
eBay, yeah. But still, it's the truth, though. I mean, yeah, man. Looking forward to that because that is definitely something I want to do one day. Just to give us an idea, how much are like houses over at Tennessee? Like for
right now, it's like a pretty big.
150,000.
What's that?
For Seattle, for example, like the medium, house is like 750,000.
Oh wow, that is a lot. $750,000 here will get you a mansion. Easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it'll get you like you'll have everything in that house. So that kind of sucks, man. You need to move here.
It does suck.
Yeah.
It sucks. Yes.
Just move here. And that's with Nashville and with the big building boom and everybody moving here. So it's like a really good really, really good house, one that you like won't need anything for. I mean, you can get one for like 400,000 and it's probably be like 300 square feet, really, really nice home, like brand new home. You know what I mean? For like 400.
Yeah.
So a 700,000 home, I mean, that's like a mansion, like no joke.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely gone up. Like 20 years ago, it wasn't that, but it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to the chat.
Yeah, what's going on in the chat?
Thrift Beast. Question for Ray: if you were a flipper professional wrestler, what would your name and finisher be?
If you were a flipper / professional wrestler, like if I was a professional wrestler, don't.
What do you mean by flipper?
What's that?
What does he mean by flipper?
Flipper
You know?
/ professional wrestler. Well, I am a flipper,
Yeah.
so my
Aren't you
professional.
flipping people when you're like wrestling people?
Yeah, you can like suplex them.
I don't know.
Which reminds me, Monday Night Raw is actually on right now, and I'm missing it. But anyways, my wrestling name would be El Rey, and it would kind of be like a Aztec king gimmick. And my finisher would be Montezuma's Revenge. And yes, I've thought about this many times. So
That's cool. That's cool.
yeah.
Chase says, that's awesome. And we got, my name's Victor in the house. What's up,
My
Victor?
name's Victor. Can we?
He's,
Is his name Victor or is it something else? Can we?
Yeah, it's Victor.
Is it?
I'm sure it's Victor. Yeah, definitely subscribe to Victor. He has some content on reselling as well. And
All right.
subscribe to everyone here on the chat. After you subscribe to, you know, Ray and Dustin over at Nashville Flippers. So, yeah. And feel free to promote your channels and Instagrams as long as they are reselling related. I'm okay with that on the chat.
I just subscribed to your channel there, Victor.
Alrighty. Cool. Visually, Chad says, I'm doing the same thing, Ray. My goal is to buy a house by the next summer.
Yeah, man, that's the goal. I know you. I think you're married with a little boy, I believe. So that's awesome. Our goal is by the holiday season of next year, we should have more than enough to do that. But we're actually we talked about it the other day. It's like, do we want to wait a little longer just so we have a little larger of a down payment so our mortgage is less and we get more home? So we're discussing that right now. So, different, whatever. We'll see where it leads. So
I wish you guys the best. That's big moves right there.
yeah,
But
man.
you know,
We're just getting there. Like I said, we're debt free. All of our cars are paid off, and we don't have any credit card bills. We don't have any student loans, and so it's awesome. We've made really good financial decisions when we were younger, and I always managed to buy things, ironically enough, that I could resell once, things with value, that like once I'm done with them, I can get rid of them, resell, if not made my money back, or if I made more,
awesome. So I want to get into the main question here is, so I personally do sell video games, but they are new and sealed. You know what I mean? Because I'm not really confident in selling used video games. So you guys sell used video games, a lot of them.
Yeah.
So how do you test them, and have you ever dealt with any problems with, a game not working? If you want to explain that and what your process is.
Sure. Now we do test all of our games. We have I have every game console that's ever existed except for the Commodore 64. I don't have any Ataris. I don't have a Atari Jaguar, and I don't have a Sega Saturn. Those are the only game systems that I don't have. So I'm able to test most of the games, and excuse me. The cartridge games are the hardest to test, just because most of the time you have to clean them. Which in that case, you take like a cotton swab or a Q-tip. You make a little bit of a different solution. Like if they don't work when you put them into the cartridge, after you clean them, they should work. Depending on how corroded the connectors are. But if you make a little bit of solution and then you dip the Q-tip and you kind of like, clean it off, with the cartridge games, that usually makes it work. And then with the CD games, those are actually pretty easy to test because you can just kind of like look at it and determine if it's going to work or not. But you just put it in the game system and see if it works. So that's pretty much it. But what was that your question? Did I go off into a weird tangent Or
No, that's one of my questions. Yeah, so thank you for that. So you just had a like, if you look at a CD, a game CD, and it's like all scratched up, you
yeah,
know
you don't
that it's
want to buy
probably
it. No, you don't want to buy it. I know the game. There's a lot of game CDs that don't have any kind of value in them. You know, anything from right now. There are some PS2 games that do bring values, and really the CD games that bring a lot of value are really rare CD games that for some reason got uh, taken off the shelf, or they didn't make a lot of them when they came out. Those are the ones that you got to look for. The ones that are really odd. You know, just like the Halos and the Medal of Honors and stuff like that. Anything that was like a big AAA game, you're not going to make any money off of just because there's so many of them. So collectors are they're looking for those rare games to complete in their collection. And there's some sports games usually don't bring any money. There's some exceptions out there, like NCAA football 2014 for the Xbox 360 and the PS3, just because that was the last NCAA that was made, and they still make mods for that game that you can actually download the current NCAA rosters and play them. Like it puts the names of the players, and it changes the rosters so you're able to play with current players on that video game. And then what is it? NFL 2K8 All Pro Football NFL 2K8 is actually currently increasing in value. So if you see that, that's a bolo, right? Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. As Thrift Beast video says, bolo alert. Bolo alert. So be on the lookout for that game. Is actually increasing in value because some say that is the best football game ever made. Football game ever made, like with the way the players move and different things like that. And that game actually is not NFL licensed. So the game actually uses retired NFL players like John Elway, Barry Sanders, like Bo Jackson,
awesome.
for like really odd teams, And I think there's an NFL Blitz for the PS3s that's increasing in value only because that's the only mature rated football game. Like in the game you can use like steroids and you can like break people's arms and necks and stuff. So it's a really crazy game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. But if you're looking for Dustin and I are actually doing some research right now. We're doing a research right now for a Nintendo entertainment system, kind of like what to look for when collecting for that game or reselling for that system. The Nintendo entertainment system. So we're currently doing some research on that. We're gonna make a video, of different rare games for that system. They're kind of broken down into common, uncommon, rare, and super rare games. Just for like any system. So, you got any particular questions about any kind of game reselling or collecting or anything like that?
Any questions in the chat, you said?
Yeah, or just you in general. Like anything that you would like about, what to look for when collecting for video games or reselling video games.
How about like Assassin's Creed series like that?
No, garbage.
PS3, no?
Anything that there's a lot of, like I said, AAA title games, they're not going to bring you any money because they make so many of them. Does that make sense?
Right.
Unless it's a Nintendo licensed first party game.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So like down the road, those Nintendo first licensed games are going to be worth money. You may have to sit on them for a little bit, but they're going to increase in value just because there's so many Nintendo collectors out there.
Okay. I gotta go to the stove and finish the chicken, but
go for it. I'll look in the. I will look through the comments.
Boy. Yeah, if you could answer that.
I'll look through the comments. So we have Thrift Beast says Do you have a Virtual Boy? I do not have a Virtual Boy. I don't like to collect any kind of like handheld game systems, but I would like to get a Virtual Boy. I know that there's not many Virtual Boy games, so Virtual Boy will actually be a great thing. Virtual Boy will actually be a great system to look out for when trying to resell games, because there's not many Virtual Boy games out there. So if you guys are out at the garage sale and you see any kind of Virtual Boy games, I would recommend that you pick them up, just because there's not many Virtual Boy games out there. So let's see what else is on the chat here. I can't bring it up, so I'm just kind of looking it up here.
I'm back. Thank you.
He's back. What kind of chicken are you cooking there? Is it Popeyes or is it Chick-fil-A?
Oh, it's organic chicken. I'm just baking it.
Are you aware with the whole chicken sandwich wars that are going on between Chick-fil-A and Popeye's chicken right now?
I am not.
No?
No.
Do you guys have Chick-fil-A's out there?
We do. I actually haven't been in one yet.
What? Like at all?
Yeah.
In your life? Dear Lord.
Never. I should though.
Yeah,
I've heard one.
Chick-fil-A is awesome. Guys, in the comments, we need to reprimand Ford Hustler here for not going inside of a Chick-fil-A.
We will though. We will go there. I've heard.
We need a live stream going inside of a Chick-fil-A for the first time.
I've driven past it. Like my work is really close to it, but I've never been in one.
Yeah, it's like a Southern staple down here. So everyone goes to Chick-fil-A.
Awesome. Yeah, I've heard wonderful things about it.
Yeah.
We got Lynn Ho in the house. What's up, Lynn Ho? She's my girlfriend.
Oh, what's up, man? Okay.
What's up?
It was asking some relationship questions yesterday, Lynn, about you.
Oh yeah, you got
a live stream.
So yeah, definitely check out Ray's YouTube channel. He had those questions in the chat. I mean, from me, but he answered those, and Chris answered them too. But she's in Vietnam right now, enjoying.
Oh, okay. Beach. I have many Vietnamese friends. So
awesome. Talk to you later. We got Mary in the house. She says hi, and everyone. Hey, Mary.
What's up, Mary? How are you? Good to see you.
Yep, definitely subscribe to Mary. She also has some reselling content, and she lives in Washington too. So we're pretty close. Awesome. And we also got Flippin' Profit, Jeffrey. What's up, Jeffrey?
I got you on my board here, Flippin' Profit. See that?
Yeah. Aren't you going to interview Jeffrey soon?
Yeah, very soon, in October, actually. Just because we have so many different interviews lined up. So that's why I'm going to try to get you eventually, because I know that you're a busy man.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely subscribe to Jeffrey. He has some content on eBay, updated reselling content.
Yeah.
So
congratulations on hitting 1,000 subscribers.
Yes. Congratulations on 1K subscribers, and keep it rolling, man.
Keep it rolling. Yeah. We want to see 2 zeros after that. We want to see you make a video getting that YouTube plaque at 100,000 subscribers.
Plaque, yo.
Yeah.
There we go. Anything's possible. You got this. Awesome. So I want to get into the last few questions here. If you have any questions in the chat, feel free to leave them. But so you said you started reselling 2 years ago on eBay?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I started really focusing on reselling on eBay 2 years ago, but I've had my eBay account since 2008 because at the time. Okay, I'm gonna get into this really long story, right? So
Go ahead, man.
So I started the way that I really got into reselling is that when I was going to college, I went to college for art. So I was really into design, not just graphic design or art design, but just designing things. So I really liked how vehicles are designed, like sports cars and things like that. And I became obsessed with the term function, or what is, I forgot the term, But I was really obsessed with just design, right? Um, so so I started, and I liked sports cars and the way that they worked and how the design kind of like the design was made from whatever the function of the car was. So if a car needed to go fast, the design of the car kind of complemented what the function was for the vehicle. So of course, I couldn't afford any kind of sports cars or fancy exotic cars, but I could afford were basketball sneakers. So like Air Jordans, LeBrons, Kobe Bryant's, different things like that. Which basketball sneakers are actually designed a lot like sports cars. So I became obsessed with different sneaker designs. And my favorite sneaker designer is Tinker Hatfield, which I don't know if you know who that is or not, but he is a huge Nike designer. He designed a lot of the most iconic shoes ever. So I really again I got obsessed with design, and I started collecting all these sneakers that Tinker designed and a couple other designers designed, and by doing so, I kind of became a sneakerhead on accident. So I was really into different shoes and how they are. I became really good friends with different people at sneaker stores, to a point to where they would hold sneakers for me, and then I knew when all the good sneakers were coming out, and so I would always buy two pairs of sneakers, one to rock and one to stock. So one to keep on, one to wear all the time, and one to kind of put away. And so from there, I would just have a huge collection of different sneakers. I was living with my parents. I didn't really have any bills. I had a good job. So the majority of my paycheck was going into buying sneakers, to a point to where I had, I never really counted my sneakers, but I had a whole room full of sneakers. Until this day, my parents' house where I used to sleep, I still have the majority of my sneaker collection there that I kind of been holding on to just because they're my favorite sneakers, and eventually I'm going to sell them or keep them. And I got into, once I started, the first year I was married, my wife and I only had one vehicle, and it was a piece of crap. It was a 2001 Chevy Impala, and something was always wrong with that car, right? So we needed a new car, and I decided to sell my sneakers, not a good portion of my sneakers, to buy a new car. So I was able to sell the Impala and sell some of my sneakers to buy a 2009 Honda Accord. So that's when I sold most of my sneakers on eBay, and that's kind of how I got started, is selling the majority of my, not my majority of my collection, but most of my sneakers on eBay. And then after a while, I sold another portion of my sneakers to a good friend. His name is, well, we call him Z, but he actually has a website, and he has a store here in Nashville called his website is 23penny.com, where he buys and resells sneakers. And he actually has a store here in Nashville called Southern Hospitality, where he consigns sneakers. So yeah, that's kind of how I got started reselling, is buying and selling sneakers. So
Wonderful.
from me going to school and then being obsessed with design.
Awesome, man.
Form over function. That was the term that I was that slipped my mind.
Alrighty.
The form of the design around the function of whatever it is. So
awesome.
Like a basketball sneaker, depending on what the athlete, what he needs to do to perform on the court or on the field. If it's LeBron James, his shoe is going to be completely different than, let's say, a Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean?
Interesting. It's pretty cool that you have some of them too in your other house, right?
It's my parents' house.
Yeah, your parents' house.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Cool. Let's get back to the chat.
I don't have enough room to keep all my sneaker boxes here. I have some that are, I used to, I would drive to Memphis on some special occasions, because sneakers at the time, certain sneaker stores, like the really exclusive sneakers, are only released in exclusive stores. So sometimes I would drive to Memphis and pick up some sneaker stores. That's before they would release all the sneakers online, and then you would wait in line like to get them. So I remember buying like the original like Yeezy sneakers like with Nike, like going to Memphis and buying the first one that ever came out, and then buying the second one, and those sold. Like I remember getting the first Yeezy sneaker. I bought it for $200, and then later down the road, I sold it for $1,500.
No way, really?
Used,
Dang.
used.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Interesting. It's good money there.
yeah.
So my name's Victor says, you sold any Marvel versus Capcom 2?
I have not sold any Marvel versus Capcom 2. I know those actually hold their value pretty well, just because they're popular. They're popular video games. I think Marvel versus Capcom 2 was probably for. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the PlayStation 1, I believe. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure. But it's funny enough. I don't know if you have any other questions, about video games, but there is one video game for the PS4 that's actually worth a ton, and I think it's called like Poop Splat or something like that. And it's about like you have like a slingshot and you like sling poop at different people, like in a first-person point of view. And the company actually got sued because there's a company called Limited Run Games that makes like they take like indie developers and they make games into physical releases. But their company was called like Limited Ran Games, and it was still kind of like in the same font as Limited Run. So they got Limited Run sued them, and there are only a few of those poop games actually made it onto the market, and it's worth a pretty penny. I can't.
Oh yeah, I remember. I've heard of those. Yeah.
You've heard of
Interesting
that
story.
game?
I'm sorry, what?
You've heard of that poop game?
Yes, I've heard it from another channel. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Poop Slinger. There's currently one on eBay for $14.99, $1,400.
Dang. Yeah, you gotta, look for those. Whoever would donate them on the thrift store,
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So, let me get back to the chat really quick.
Yeah.
Any questions? Flipping Prophet says, what? I think he's talking about the Chick-fil-A thing. I will, though. I will go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
soon.
dude, you need to. You need to go tomorrow.
Yeah, I haven't, I've never been to McDonald's in 2 years now. So I'm just.
I haven't been to McDonald's in 2 years. I haven't been to a Taco Bell in 3 years.
Yeah, I'm very cheap, I would say. I would not spend my money on that. I'm trying to be more health conscious now, but I do like the food that they serve, and I'm pretty sure it's good over there.
Good stuff.
So yeah, I'll definitely get in there. Chris says I would definitely recommend Turbo Graphics 16 games as well.
Good. Yeah, that's good.
So that's like a racing game, I'm guessing. Turbo. Yeah.
Turbo Graphics 16 is actually a console.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And Victor says I've never been to Popeyes or Chick-fil-A.
Oh my gosh, these people! I can't handle it.
Don't you live in California, Victor?
Maybe he's asking you. Never been to. You're close to Seattle.
Oh, okay. Mary says, Paulo, you're close to Seattle. Yeah, I'm like 18 miles north of Seattle.
Oh, that's nice.
Jeff, stop this madness. We don't have one either. Popeyes and Chick-fil-A are awesome. Yeah, I don't see Popeyes around me, but I do have Chick-fil-A, so I'll definitely visit that one of these days. And Mary lives in Longview, Washington.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's like south, I think. Yeah, that's south beyond. Flip Profit, thank you guys. And she says, way to go. Flip and Profit for the 1,000 subscribers. Awesome. So we're gonna cut this interview soon. Last question, Ray.
I know you're hungry. You gotta get that chicken in your tummy.
Yeah, I got that organic chicken. But if you have any advice for anyone who wants to start selling video games or anything they thrifted from the thrift store, any advice?
Any advice selling video games or just necessarily like reselling?
Yeah, reselling or video games, or since you have that specific niche, any
With video games, I would say collect collect anything Nintendo first party. Look for the rare games like Japanese JRPGs or JRPGs, which real time strategy games. Collect those or look for those, and don't and just look them up. If you find them, look them up. That's the first thing. Everyone has a smartphone. Then go on eBay and look them up. And just some advice into reselling is look up things and make sure you do your math before you buy anything, guys. Make sure your profit margins are where they need to be for what you want to make. Know what eBay charges you. Know what PayPal is charging you. Estimate your shipping cost. Put in what your cost of goods is going to be, and then after that, see what you're going to net. And if it's not worth your time, then don't buy the item. That's my first advice, is just make sure you do your math before you buy anything, just so you're not wasting your time. That's the only thing, is that anybody can use money to buy anything, but we can't buy time. So make sure you use your time wisely. And other than that, just get out there and do it. You just got to do it. List and source.
Right on. Yeah, I totally agree, because you can't get that back, the time. What's your minimum profit for the items that you want?
Minimum $20. That's a net.
$20?
I want to make net $20 on everything that I sell.
Nice.
Unless I don't have anything in it. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like if something's given to me for free, or if it's in a lot or anything like that, then like those game systems, I'm just selling them. And I know that I'm going to make money off of them, and they're less than $20, but I know that I'm going to make money because it's, unless it's, if I bought something for less than $1, if I'm making, it depends, like at least like a double my money on something, but $20 is the minimum. But if I'm buying for less than $1, if I'm making $5 off of it, I'm cool. If I net $5, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, awesome advice. Yeah, definitely listen to what Ray just said here. He's being able to pay off his car, his truck, and hopefully he can buy his house soon. So that's how you do it. That's amazing. Let me get back to the chat, and then we will close this interview. But before that, definitely subscribe to the Nashville Flippers. Their links will be down below.
Subscribe. We're almost at 300 subscribers, guys. At 300 subscribers, we are doing a giveaway. So at 300 subscribers, we're giving away 10 items, 10 fantastic items. One of the items is going to be, we do have a merch store. So one of the big items that we're going to be giving away is you get to pick anything from the merch store, and we will send it to you for absolutely free. We have mugs, we have shirts, we have hoodies on there. We have tons of stuff in the merch store. So yeah, make sure to look out for that. We're 6 subscribers away from 300. We're going to give away the stuff on a live stream. And for you to be able to win something on that live stream, we're actually going to do some trivia, real trivia, and then trivia on our videos. So if you want to win something, make sure to go back on all of our videos and watch them all. And we're going to ask questions about those videos. And if you win, you're going to give something for free. They're really good prizes. I'm saying, like, really, really good prizes.
Wonderful. So let me get back to the chat and read everyone's comments. We got Chris. He says they're about to open a Chick-fil-A in Toronto this fall. There are Popeyes everywhere here. Awesome. I'm sure you'll enjoy that when that comes. Mary says, thank you for the shout out. You're welcome. That's how I buy my own shoes. Wonderful. Yeah, definitely subscribe to each other, support each other. We're all resellers. And for those in the chat, I don't know everything, obviously. So,
And I don't
and
know everything. And I don't claim that I know everything. You don't know everything. None of us own everything. That's why I like doing these chats and then just building a community, because we're all helping each other. I know this weekend we had a Nashville meetup here in Nashville. Tons of different resellers on YouTube and different places. We all got together and we had dinners and we can just kind of discuss different things. It was really awesome learning from people that have been doing it for a really long time and people that have been doing it full time. So make sure to, if anybody has a question, ask me, ask Ford Hustler, ask anybody, and we all kind of come together and just kind of help each other out.
I highly agree, because I don't know everything, so that's wonderful. And I've definitely learned a lot from, selling video games, and now maybe I'll be a lot more confident in selling used video games now, and just to see if they're,
Yeah, I mean, you can always look them up, Look them up. Scan the barcode on
they have a barcode.
Yeah, and see what
it's not like you have to, type in the words unless, it doesn't have a barcode, but most of these games already have barcodes to them, so you just gotta, do the eBay.
Except for the cartridge games. Those are Oh, and if you're buying any kind of CD game, don't buy the loose CD. Make sure it has a case. And then another thing, make sure if you want the most value out of the game that you're selling, you need the case, you need the instruction manual, and then sometimes they have like mailers in with the instruction manual, which is called CIB, which means complete in box. So that means that the game is in the box and everything, the whole thing is complete. It's got all the paperwork and whatnot. So the older consoles are actually really hard to get that because most of the boxes were cardboard. So those are really hard to come by. But the CD boxes, those are usually easier. So make sure everything's complete in box for you to get the most value out of the game that you resell.
Awesome. Jeffrey says, Ray, let's see that sneaker closet reveal. I'm so down to see that. I want to see what you. Yeah.
I mean, I got some fire in there.
Chris says, agreed. Would love to see those shoes too. Linho, hey babe, see you later. Justin Perlet, hey, what's up?
Glad you made it.
How you doing? Hi, Justin. Hi, Thrift Beast. Chris says, Dreamcast had Marvel versus Capcom too.
Dreamcast is actually a really good game, a really good system to find games for. Really underrated system. One of my favorites.
Yep, about 3 hours south of you. Cool. Go eat dinner and have a great night, all. Have a great night, Mary. We got Dustin in the house. What's up, Dustin? I'm here, better late than never. Got locked a show. Nice. Oh, got locked in watching a show. Nice. So definitely
he's watching Fear Factor.
Videos too. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Ray?
He's probably watching Fear Factor.
Fear Factor. Nice. Mary says, I'm subbed. Question for Ray. Will the Nashville Flippers be giving away a car?
We will not be giving away a car unless it's a small Matchbox car.
Right?
Unless we're giving away your car, Dustin.
What kind of car does he have?
Dustin also has a truck. We're both Ford guys, so he's got a truck. I got a truck. We're just truck guys. Both of our fathers have Ford F-150s, and we have F-150s, and I don't ever see myself getting anything but an F-150.
Interesting. Awesome. Chris says, LOL, and doing good. Perfect. So with that being said, I'm going to be posting timestamps to this interview to be more specific with the topics that we covered today. Thank you, Ray.
How do you do that, by the way? Post timestamps.
Well, I just re-listen to it and
and then put in like in the comments or in the description.
Yeah, the comments. Yeah. So I have a sheet of paper. I re-listen the whole stream, and then I put what time it is and like what topic we covered there, because it's pretty good. Some of the topics we covered is really specific to what people have questions with. So With that being said, Dustin and Ray's channel is on the description below. Definitely subscribe to that. They're doing a wonderful giveaway soon with the merch. I love the merch. With that being said, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for joining us, and hustle mode on.
And we'll catch you guys on the flip side.